we move to the game between Maciek and Nyoshi. Maybe both of them are for the first time in Iglo, as far as I know. Happy to see them. And this game went very interestingly. All right, it starts with a Kolm Joseki. Maciek didn't want to go into any modern, complicated variations. Instead, he just placed this Kosumi. As a result, maybe black's shape is a bit thin, especially if white can now go up, but maybe no, maybe white actually cannot. This might be too risky. So then black's shape is strong enough and it's all right. White is happy to have stones on both sides. Then another simple Joseki. Maciek pushes twice. It's more common to play this knight's move. Why this knight's move now? If we play a jump, then the next push of white is center. If we go here, then also that extension is center. And as a result, white gets a bigger, higher wall, taller wall. So it's easier for white to attack black's stone, black's pincer. So let's play here and let's not give white that additional strength. All right, but white attached. It's also a possible move, though I think that I would counter pincer black with such a big wall. White attached and cut, yes, this is the idea. And then black extended and Atari. It looks quite much like a Joseki, though I think that it's rather played like this, and then maybe also white goes up, maybe black plays here. Yeah, and it looks like a Joseki. On the other hand, if black extends, then white has a possibility of playing Atari and capturing black's stone. Maybe this is better for white. And if black extends, then we connect and later connect. So potentially this might be better than that other variation which we saw in the game. Aha, now black doesn't push. Yeah, it's not obligatory to push, but this push is quite annoying for white, because if white doesn't answer, then later black can even annoy white with such a Tsuji. And if white does answer, then it's also unclear where to answer. For example, if white plays like this, then black is happy with the fifth line umbrella over the side territory. And white still has a weak point, so maybe white needs to go back. So a common move is this extension, or maybe Kosumi also looks good, I think. But both of them are so indirect, so black might be satisfied with this exchange, and later black can continue on the side. In the game, black plays on the side immediately. The white reduces black's potential. Black played one exchange to be stronger, and the game continues with another Joseki. I think that at this moment it's possible to consider this unusual move, because there is a lot what white can get on the left side, but not much on the bottom. On the bottom, black has a living group, and no way white can make any moyo with this big influence which white gets in this Joseki. So even though it's uncommon to play like this, I think it's a very good position to use this play. And if white wants to still get the left side territory, then white needs to play like that. But then how does white continue? For example, this cut is not really good because the ladder doesn't work for white. And the other possible move is here. And then black would play like this and simply connect. Or maybe also possible to now connect here. But you can see, just looking at this variation, that it is clearly better for black than usual Josekis. because black is even further into white's corner, so far into white's corner. So this would be really good for black, and that's why locally this is the correct move of white. But again, considering the direction of play, the surroundings, black will be satisfied creating that group on the left side. In the game, it went like this. Black played elsewhere. All right. Maybe next push is not needed. Maybe it's possible to play aggressively now and attack white. Because white is so thin next to that group of black on the left side, that left side group of black. How does white play it? White is very thin. Black can attack white actively, and maybe later black will still have time to go back to the right side. And here white used the moment to tenuki, and then continue here. I think that the slide into the corner is crucial because this is base of both of the players. So that's why it has such a big value. And also it's quite many points. In the corner you play one move and immediately you have quite a lot of points. Corners are special in this regard. So maybe it was better for white to kick and take the corner territory. In the game it goes like this, and black plays a calm move. But still, I think that this direction is more interesting, though in the game black is already quite safe on that side. And maybe now black can split white, right? It's possible. It's possible for black to split white. White needs to make life in the corner, and well, white has a weak group in the center. Possible for black to play like this. Maybe black can even continue to annoy white even more. And well, if this move can be center, then it means that black is alive. And then all this variation looks quite promising for black. But for now, black simply goes out. White probably doesn't have time to play in the corner. Then, I don't know, maybe black can invade. Though it's also risky for black because now that group is not alive yet. White anyway secures the left side territory, and now black cuts. All right, this is good. And then cover, yes, makes sense. Cover white, and it looked all very good, but then it didn't work. White just went through, cut black, and captured 2 stones in a ladder. And then it's a tragedy. Then it's very bad for black because white got a lot of strength in the center, and black still needs to go back and live with that group. So the lesson is, if you cannot capture your opponent with a direct move, then you have to play an indirect move. Playing a direct move which doesn't work, which doesn't seal your opponent, is the best way to completely destroy your own shape. Well, maybe black had a different path now. Maybe it was possible to now connect and then Hane here. But still, black's shapes are so thin. It might be not possible to seal white in. So let's just play an indirect move. Jump, but it doesn't look too inspiring. White jumps out and white is in between of 2 black groups. And it's difficult for black to chase white further because very close white has quite a strong group on the top. Another idea. If this move doesn't work, maybe we can lean on another stones of white to get strength. So the idea would be to attach. If now white goes out with that group, we can use that opportunity to put a little more pressure on white on the left side, and then later still continue the attack. Looks good. And if white answers, then it might be that the sealing move already works, or if not, then let's continue with such audacious moves. And now let's seal white in and capture that group of white. So of course black loses quite something with those exchanges, but the profit is also significant. And yeah, I think that the game is all right for black this way. But in the game, black tried very directly without reading the variation deep enough, and then white countered it, and then it's very, very bad for black, unfortunately. This is a ladder breaker, but it doesn't do much. And now black made the second die with this technique. Yes, good technique to make the second die. It would be better, of course, if we could play this in center and then make the second die also in center. This would be really great, but unfortunately, white might consider ignoring black's move and fight a capturing race. It looks like the capturing race might be better for white. Yes, so in the game, black simply may die and lived in Gote, unfortunately in Gote, and now white has a very big advantage. Let's try to estimate it, because a fight has finished, so we should, when a fight is finished, we should estimate the result always. 10, 20, 30, 5, 40, 47, 53, 55, plus a few, up to 60 plus Komi. White has 65 with Komi, sure territory of 65 points. And then black, we could count 40 points, but this is a little bit optimistic because these are not really points. So let's say that with this and that, it's 40 points. Then 15, 5, maybe up to 16, but white had 65. And moreover, white is stronger. White is stronger everywhere. So white has an advantage. It's enough for white to destroy black's territory on the bottom to just win by a few points very confidently. Well, black starts with good moves, which give him points, take away white's points, but still black got, well, 6 points on the bottom. But it's not enough to win the game because now white has sent and white can get even more with such a move. Yes, in fact, this is what white played. Black tries to fight, but then white finds such a Tesuji, and the black 2 stones are cut off. Black goes up, white tries to kill black, but this is not possible. Well, black should play here, or maybe it doesn't matter much. Like this, it's 5 points, and in the game, it's 4 2/3, basically. Then this is center, and white is trying to force black to just live, make 2 eyes, and then, well, enclose those 3 stones and win by a very big margin. So even if white plays such a simple move and lets black get all this and run out with the 3 stones, white is clearly ahead. Very easily, white will win this game by a few points. But if white can capture these 3 stones, then of course white is much better. But black starts a fight, and white tries to seal black in, and then white makes a terrible mistake. So to this move, white must have answered like this, and then eventually force black to play that move and then capture 3 stones and still have a big advantage. But now white connected, thinking that black still needs to go back, but then black used this tesuji, and white didn't even realize what is coming. If white realized, white would have extended and still have a good position. But like this, the position starts looking very miserable for white, even though white has time to enclose the 3 stones. Now black might be even able to capture white on the left side, but even if not, even if it is just capture and play here, black gained really a lot. So we would need to reevaluate the position to see whether white still has an advantage. Moreover, black then continued, and white wanted to fight. No, sorry, white didn't. White, if white fought, then for sure black is not dead then anymore. Maybe it is a seki. So white gave away that single stone, but then white's capture became much smaller, and in fact, then black still cut off white and managed to get a lot of liberties. And at this point, yeah, white was already very miserable because basically it became a seki. So white gained nothing, in fact. Very unfortunate how all this finished for white. Well, white must have realized what is coming and played more securely. Then the advantage of white would be very big. But in the game, Maciek used the chance to first play this Tesuji and then to destroy white's position until the end. Yeah. And suddenly black won this game. In fact, black ran out, and I believe that soon white resigned. Well, white still was fighting. Good to still fight. And in fact, white managed to, oh wow, white managed to cut off the 3 stones. So white got some big gain. But why did black capture these 2 stones? It would be much easier for black to simply connect everything on the bottom and then even give away the 3 stones, which are quite small. Like this, black would have a very easy game because black already captured so much. It was supposed to be all whites, but now it's all blacks. But maybe black didn't realize something. Maybe black forgot, for example, that these 5 stones are captured and thought that he still needs to capture these 2 to be safe. And as a result, white had a chance to fight, to harm black quite much. But even though white gained so much, still soon after white resigned, realizing that it's all still not enough. Very interesting game, very interesting swing in the end. So let's continue. Let's move to Group B.